Hey guys, so I wanted to talk about the shifts we had today. We actually had two planets move today. We had another one move about a week ago, but I've really kind of been off my work schedule. So let's dive right in. Venus is now in Taurus. It joins the Sun and Mercury there now. Venus in Taurus is really about luxury, big soft beds, fine linens, really good, not like greasy comfort food, which of course is still a good thing, but also like gourmet food, that kind of stuff. It's also about nourishing yourself. Taurus is big about, along with the food, getting adequate sleep, taking care of yourself, getting baths, all of those kind of things. So this is a good time for looking in at what you kind of need, which kind of runs along with what Venus and Aries would have brought to the table. Looking at what you want out of love, what things you love, and now Venus and Taurus is here to actually put not so much action into those things because it's a slower moving sign, but actually see those things through and start to really dive into what is doable and what you really want. It is stable, it's calm. So when it comes to who we love, what we love, we're going to be a little bit more patient with it. We're not going to get so easily frustrated. The things that do frustrate a Venus and Taurus type of thing is being rushed, being pushed to do things out of order, those kind of things. Taurus has a method to it. So design your plan and then go at it that way. And don't worry if it's not happening fast. It will happen in its time. The other side of Taurus is that it can be very stubborn and forceful. So try to be aware and be open about these things. Realize that your partner may be more stubborn than you're used to, and realize that you may be a little bit more stubborn and fixed than normal. The thing about this is Taurus, even though they may seem like inwards loners, they are lovers. They do want a deep, passionate connection with someone. So kind of nourish that too. So another thing with Taurus, which is kind of going to link up with this Mars and Cancer, I think, is that home is a sanctuary. So we also have the moon coming in full in Scorpio. So what I kind of see with this is kind of a time to get your home affairs in order. Who is home? What is home? What's family? What are the things that emotionally nourish you? Because trust me, in a full moon in Scorpio, you are going to have feelings brought to the table, and there are things you're going to have to feel through. And some of these things require, realizing what needs to go, which can kind of be daunting, especially Venus is going to cross over Uranus around that same time. So this is where detachment may be emotionally nourishing, cutting the bad limbs off of the tree type of thing. So Venus and Mars are going to be sextile. Mars moves into Cancer, which is sextile from Taurus. So these two things are actually working in sync and harmony. So that kind of energizes love. So with your partners, your hobbies, the things you love, when you put energy to them, you either have good come out or you have bad come out, and sometimes you have both. So this energy is just kind of an enhancement of the undercurrents that are already there. Especially with the Uranus action going on, that's really going to push that hot button with a little more electricity. So Mars in Cancer is actually where Mars is in fall. Cancer is big rooted into the emotions, which is not Mars's steady ground. They're more temporary emotions, not love, nurturing, sadness, which is where Cancer kind of rules over, especially being ruled by the moon. Mars and Cancer is kind of trademarked for being moody, passive-aggressive. They're not going to come at things directly. There's a trademark, silent treatment, hints, those kind of things. So try to be aware when you're being moody and when you're being indirect, and try to get at the heart of things. It's not going to be easy during this time. Again, Cancer is another home and family-oriented sign. So getting those affairs in order comes to mind again. Working on what is home and family to you and what is going to make the healthiest environment out of that. This Mars will end up passing over North Node. So one of my favorite astrologers usually calls those fated connections, and this is going to be action put into those things. So when you see Mars go over the North Node in Cancer, you're looking at fated connections with family, home, children, those kind of things. So the full moon in Scorpio will actually add into a grand water trine with Mars in Cancer and Neptune in Pisces. So we're going to be hit with a big wave of those watery emotions. And the best advice that I can give through that time is to really feel through those things. You can't denounce these emotions and run from them, because that just leads to further bigger emotions. Find where they come from and work on those things. Work on Is this a righteous emotion? Is this how I always want to handle it? Because sometimes you are right to feel the way that you feel. That doesn't really make it better, but what's not right is stewing in those things. Boundaries can begin to play with this connection, these transits going on. So work on your boundaries, work on who and what is family, and work on what is really healthy and emotionally nourishing to you. And as always, you can come to me and I'll help you in any way I can. Take care of yourselves.